Welcome to Randall's Log, video 84, and I'm Randall Armstrong. Today's date is Saturday, March 25th, 2017. Today was an awesome day. First thing I did when I woke up was I jumped on my iPod and looked through Facebook, and of course, I got out of bed around between 11 and 12, and first thing I saw was that popped up was the Justice League trailer, which was awesome. I very much enjoyed it. Aquaman was so cool. There's still mixed reviews about the Justice League film. I see more positive than I do negative. Aquaman is just badass, and the Flash is cool. There's a part in the trailer where Flash kind of like jumps into the car. I don't know if it's the Batmobile or just some car, but he jumps in the passenger seat and you see Bruce Wayne, Ben Affleck, and he turns to him and he's like, Barry Allen Flash turns to him and he's like, I'm confused. What superpower do you have? And Batman just turns to him and he looks at him, or Bruce Wayne looks at him and he's like, I'm rich. So it's like, it's going to be a lot more lighthearted. I think it's going to be a lot more fun. It still has like a lot of the dark tones and the serious kind of tone to it. The action looks epic. We got to see a little bit of Commissioner Gordon. He's like, oh, it's good to see you working with people again, working with friends or whatever. And Aquaman kind of pops up and he looks at Batman, and I'm assuming this is one of the scenes where Aquaman first sees Bruce Wayne dressed up as Batman. And so he's like, giant bat. Nice. He's like, I dig it. So the chemistry, I think, is there. Still no Superman. They did show a little bit of Mara. Not bad. Not bad for a second trailer. I know there's going to be at least 2 more trailers. I'm sure if not the next trailer, the final trailer, we'll finally get to see some of Superman. That final trailer will probably be out like a month before the movie comes out, so it'll probably be like October, I think. So anyways, Justice League trailer, awesome. Got up, got ready, drove out to Polk City, where I got to hang out with Brian Wenzloff. And not just Brian, but get to hang out with his family, hang out with his kids. Nicole couldn't come out and hang out with us, but that's okay. Stuff happens, but get to hang out with the rest of the gang. Shane was there, Brighton was there, Oliver's gotten so big. He's 3 years old and walking around, running around, smiling and talking. He's doing better, but he's a good kid, pretty well behaved. He was very good at interacting with people, like some kids don't know how to act around people, but Oliver is kind of very welcoming and very kind. So they got a great kid right there. I mean, all the kids are great, but I was very impressed with Oliver. But yeah, so we get up, we get in the car, and we drive out. We went to the movie theater out by Lakeland Mall. I keep forgetting the name of it. But it was a good theater. The screen was huge. Thankfully, we got there later than I wanted to get there, but thankfully we got decent seats, and the movie wasn't ruined or anything like that. The experience was good. And so yeah, and we went and saw Power Rangers, and which I will have my Power Rangers review tomorrow night. I'm not doing it tonight just because I'm getting home late, and I just want to keep the video short so I can upload it quickly. But yeah, so after Power Rangers, we went to, where did we go? We walked around the mall. We went to the food court, had some Chinese food. Benny was there, and I forgot to get the name of his friend, but and Benny watched the movie with us. But it was cool. We got to hang out and talk a little bit. Went to Comics Hobbies, which is a comic book store in Lakeland Mall. They've only been open since December. Their main store is actually in Clearwater, but I found out that they're opening up a 3rd location. Each of their stores are actually located inside of the malls, which is pretty cool. So now I really need to go check out their shop over in Clearwater, and I need to check out their new store that opens up, which they said will be in like May or June. The guy that was working there, he said that he actually lives in St. Pete and he'll be working at that store. So I'm like, oh, cool. Now I'll probably see you again. But yeah, I got to take some pictures because today is local comic shop shout out. We try to do this every Saturday. I can't make it to the comic store every Saturday, but since I happened to be there today, I took some pictures and I participated in it this Saturday. Still trying to make it into a normal thing for the CBCF, the Comic Book Collectors Forum, but it'll take time. I think people like to show off throughout the days instead of just focusing on highlighting one particular day. But we'll build up on it. We'll work on it. But what else? After that, we the day went by pretty fast, and actually, here's I managed to take a video, and so here's Brian, Shane, Brighton, and Oliver. Here's the group. Here's us after a nice day of the movies in the Lakeland Mall. We just went and saw Power Rangers. It was awesome. It was good.
It was more phenomenal.
More fun. What?
Yes.
What do we have here? We got Brian Wenzloff. Introduction of Brian Wenzloff here on Randall TV. Who's back there? Who's that?
He's nuts. No. That's Brighton and Shane.
There's Brighton. There's Shane with his nerdy glasses.
Shut up. Shut up, boy.
And then who's that back there?
That's Oliver.
That's Oliver.
Say hi, Oliver. What movie did you see?
Yeah, so it was a good time. We stopped at Comics and Hobbies shop
In the Lakeland Square Mall.
in Lakeland Square Mall. Yep,
It was
in
good.
Lakeland. Good times, good times. All right, well, say bye, everybody. It's time. It's time to go home.
Aloha, bye bye.
Bye bye. And then there's the gang. It was great hanging out with Brian and the kids. I don't get to see Brian much because Polk City's a pretty decent drive. It's about a 50-mile drive from where I live, according to the GPS. But yeah, no, it was great. We talked months ago about seeing Power Rangers, and absolutely, I told him, I'm totally down for it. So I'm glad we got to meet up. We got to go see a cool movie, and throughout the drive before dropping them off home, we were making jokes and just joking around and talking. So good times. So after dropping them off, then I made it to Frank's. Chuck was there. The three of us just haven't hung out and played video games in a while. I didn't get there as early as I had wanted to because I dragged. I took too long at the comic book store. I ended up buying some comics, and they had a pretty decent deal for their back issues going on, and I found a few books that looked pretty interesting. I'll show off those books in tomorrow's video, but yeah, so because I dragged on a little longer than I should have at the comic book store, I ended up dropping off Brian and the kids later than normal, and then the goal was to actually be at Frank's place around 7:30, 8 o'clock. I didn't get there till like 9:30. Thankfully, Chuck and Frank, they were kind enough to wait, and we ordered a pizza, and played some video games. We played some Halo. Not long after eating and playing a few games of Halo, Chuck's eyes started to bother him, so he took a break from playing video games, and within that break, he just zonked out. He was tired, and he's got to work tomorrow. He's back at Busch Gardens, which is cool. Got to work on getting some tickets from him. I'd love to hang out in Busch Gardens. Honestly, I should just buy their yearly pass and go there like once every couple weeks or something like that, Why? Because it's a fun theme park, and there's always a bunch of beautiful ladies there. So it's always nice to glance at the beautiful ladies. So, yeah, I just caught up and talked. It's great catching up, great joking around with the guys. There was a little bit of political talk because of a post that Chuck put up, and I don't want to get into the details of it, but it was a fun talk. It was an interesting talk, I love talking with those guys. I wish I could hang out with them more. It's tough. Everybody has their schedules. Everybody's got work. Everybody's got responsibilities. If only one of us could just be super rich and wealthy and take care of the rest of us, we'd hang out like almost every day and just joke around, hang out and talk and just have fun, So that's it. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Brian, for the good time. I have a feeling Brian's going to see the video. Definitely we're going to hang out again, man. We just got to figure out what we're going to do. I do want to check out that one comic book store that you recommended. And maybe next time we hang out, I can drive you over to Uncanny Heroes. You can check out that store. Maybe meet Michael's Savage if he's working there that day. Or at least, Clark Leslie. So hopefully next time. Maybe May or June or something. We'll figure something out. I'm sure I'll hear from you. I'm sure you'll hear from me. So anyways, thanks for watching. This has been an awesome Saturday. Lots to do, lots of cool stuff, lots of great moments. Couldn't ask for a better day. But I'm going to keep trying. Justice League. I can't wait for Justice League to come out. That's going to be an awesome month. And in the following months, Star Wars Episode 8 on my birthday. This year I think is going to be probably the best year by far. Just got to stay positive, hang out with good people, and stay out of trouble. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Good night. Thanks for watching.